started out by saying that homeless New Yorkers are the most visible symbol of what's gone wrong in our city. We're going to hear from Jean Sassine, who is with New York Communities for Change, and he is a homeowner facing foreclosure right now. Jean?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. All right. I'm so glad to see a room full of people here, a room full of brothers and sisters. My name is Jean Sassine, and I am a homeowner from Queens, from New York Communities for Change, and I'm also a former member of the middle class. Unfortunately, I want to talk to you about one millionaire in particular. For example, a man named Jamie Dimon, who is the chairman, CEO of Chase, JP Morgan Chase. Some of you may be familiar with him. He's probably offered you some predatory products in the past, some of your members. And my story is not one that's so different from so many people who live and work in the city and the state. 2.5 years ago, I was laid off just when my wife needed surgery. And so, like so many people, we had to make a choice. Do we keep paying the mortgage, or do we continue the health care for the surgery? We opted to keep the procedure going, and it's just been, we opted for the procedure, and that was 2008. And it's been just a series of 2 years, a series of harassment from Chase Collections on the one hand, and an unresponsive modification department on the other hand. It's month after month of chasing documents, pun intended, requests for new tax forms, updated W-2s, proof of income. I had to prove that I haven't been convicted of a felony in the last 10 years. New W-2s, new tax forms, and strangers, all the while, strangers come to my house, taking pictures of the property and leaving strange yellow notices posted to my door, right? Handwritten notices with scribble on them. I'm not even worth a form letter with a Chase logo on it, right? And just today, as oddly enough, just today, I literally had to see my loan counselor because Chase is saying that I put amount of income on the wrong line on my application. That's an application that's 2 years old already. And just today, they're figuring out that it's in the wrong line. They know it's in the wrong line, but they can't just take care of it. I have to do a whole new form and send it in a timely fashion, or else they claim that I'm unresponsive and then kick me out of the modification program and then continue court proceedings, right? So that is an example of the corporate greed that's going on in this state, right? Chase has shown that they could care less about my situation and my community, our community. They make a lot of noise about counseling centers that they're opening in all the boroughs, but no one in these centers are authorized to make decisions. All they do is just tell you how to cut your cable bill and drop your cell phone and keep your paperwork and pass it on to Ohio. That's what the people who take care of your modifications are for Chase in Ohio, right? But Chase knows how to collect paperwork. They put a lot of energy into window dressing for the public image. But that's where we know how to hit bullies in image and in money. We can't let this New York-based institution bamboozle our members with images of green yards and picket fences when we go home after our shifts to boarded up neighborhoods, shackled homes, and crime rising up in our neighborhoods with the loss of our neighbors. All the while, our own property values continue to drop. 115,000 foreclosure notices in the last 9 months is not the way for Chase and other banks to move forward, right? When other banks, many of which are even worse nationwide, see the impact of real people, of community groups, of union members, and clergy, and even electeds stepping up and moving money out of Chase because they won't do the right thing, then even Goliath can show Chase can show the others how to step up and do the right thing that even makes business sense for them. then Chase and the others can do modifications with the zeal that our bailout was supposed to bring in the first place. We're not asking for charity. A lot of people say, oh, they want a windfall. Oh, these people just hard luck Harrys looking for charity and sympathy. We paid our taxes into this bailout. So it's not charity, it's our money. We paid for a system that was supposed to keep us in our neighborhoods and keep our neighborhoods intact, keep our neighbors housed next to us. On March 18th, New York Community Change is standing with the rest of our brothers and sisters to have a massive action, what we hope is a great stepping stone and a turning point in this present financial crisis in this state. March 18th at Chase headquarters, we want all of our brothers and sisters to step out because it's not just union people, it's not just community people, it's everyone who lives here and works here. The real lifeblood, not these 400 people right at the top of the food chain, but those of us who carry the trays and clean the windows, right? Me and my brother and sister who put cones out for movie people for a $5 billion industry, and we can't afford to live in the city that we're working in, where they want to bring a Walmart. I'm sorry, that's what he's talking about. Walmart. I don't want to piss off too many millionaires, right? We need to make a turning point and a statement March 18th at Chase headquarters. Stand with your brothers, your neighbors, and your sisters, and tell Chase, and that way tell the other banks that we will not be putting up with this. It's our money. If you won't do right by the people you claim are your customers, then we're going to take our money out and take it to people who are doing the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sean. That's a very difficult thing to get up and tell your personal story like that. Thank you for sharing so deeply. Our final speaker today is Jack Ahern from the Central Labor Council. Jack.
First off, let me say, brother, we're going to be standing with you from the New York City Central Labor Council. It's Park and 48th. It's at noon. It's with the Farm Workers Organizing Committee is also involved, and we're going to be there. We're going to make a difference. You've heard it up here before. Everybody's aware of it. We're facing a critical moment in the middle class, in our country, and in labor unions. Across the country, it seems like it's open season to attack workers. Short-sighted politicians have been leading attacks in Wisconsin, New Jersey, and right here in New York City. Public employees are getting labeled as the root of a problem that they never caused. The fact is that our country was built by middle-class workers, and the economy has been sustained by strong middle-class earnings. Now, we face near ruin by the wizards of Wall Street, who've yet to face any consequences. And then we have politicians, who refuse to face the facts. They'd rather make things up. The tragic story seems to repeat itself. Our current budget here in the city and in Albany, teachers facing staggering layoffs, education for our children damaged, while the wealthiest New Yorkers continue to receive tax breaks. It just deepens the hole that we're all in. And worse than that, we're propping up an economy that's unsustainable, and it only serves the smallest percentage of us and cuts vital services for the rest of us. The most vulnerable in our state are being neglected, while the wealthy, the top 1%, seem to get more and more. We need to find a new balance in New York City. If we expect to one day be on financial stable ground, we must focus on job creation, good jobs which reflect dignity at work, and we need to focus on rebuilding the middle class by boosting wages. The Central Labor Council is attempting, through a media campaign focusing on the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire Memorial, to highlight and to strengthen what the labor movement has done in our city and across the country. Really, what's our role, our responsibility as a labor movement? Because without unions, we're going to be rolling back 100 years of progress. New York City will only be made up of people that are either the very, very rich or the rest of us. And the problem is, people are sending out confusing messages. It's only when you come here to a rally like this, to a press conference like this, that you begin to really understand. You can't say that you're for the middle class, but also be for a tax breaks for millionaires. You can't say you're for the middle class, and yet you're anti-union, because unions are the pathway to the middle class and has been for thousands and millions of immigrants that came here before us. I'd like to take a minute to thank George for the leadership that he's shown here, not only in 1199, but across the country and across our city, to make sure that voices are heard. And I want everyone to know that New York City Central Labor Council is proud to stand with our friends in the immigrant community and all our communities, and our union brothers and sisters. Today, more than ever, we need to stand up united to face off an attack on what used to be a balanced economy. We need to stand up united against the talk and the rumors and the outright lies that are being said about our public employees, our brothers and sisters who live in our neighborhoods and our communities. And more than anything else, we need to stand up united to make sure that workers continue to make progress in this country as we have for the last 100 years. Thank you, brothers and sisters.